let's talk about my preferences, what gets my juices flowing, what makes me tick. What I'm looking for and what I really like is a more of a balanced sound signature with a slight bass boost. I like my bass, but I like my bass tight, I like it fast, I like it to hit hard and have some slam. I do not like that extra big bass shelf boost that's sub-bass driven, where the lower bass is scooped out. I think it's really important to have that information down there to make instrumental like piano, guitar, cello sound correct. But also I like the bass fast enough, speedy enough to make kick drums sound great. When it comes to the rest of the mids, I prefer an overall, maybe slightly warm tilt. I'm not a big fan of overly analytical, too dry a tuning. I'd rather have something a bit more musical. When we start to climb up into the ear gain region, make that pinna gain not so steep, but give some energy to some body into the mids. Again, making vocals sound correct, making instrumentals sound correct. I'm a big fan of timbre and tonality when it comes to instrumental as well. It has to sound correct to my ears. That 5K area also, I'm a bit sensitive to it. If there's too much information up there, I get fatigue, I get ringing in my ears, and it just doesn't let me play it longer and, more importantly, louder, because I do like my tunes louder. When it comes to the rest of the frequencies up top, I do like an extended treble, but not a peak above the pinna rise. Keep it extended, keep it detailed, but don't put too much energy up there for treble sensitive people like myself. It's got to have enough information to make great stage, to give instrument placement, to make strings sound good, female vocals that aren't too thick. That's what really gets me going, and that's what I'm looking for sound preference wise.
Pack my things up, make some pit stop. Came back from being down 1-3. Pack my things up, make some pit stop. Came back from being down 1-3.
This is a $29.99 IM, so it's in the budget category. A 1+1 in this case. Very easy to drive, 22 ohms, 103 dB. Those are the stats. It comes in two colors, a gold and black, and a blue and silver kind of transient faceplates. Very cool. I love the blue. I love the translucent shells. Quite nice. Not so incredibly cheap in the fact that they still have a brass, well, stainless steel nozzle, metal nozzle on the IM. Mine is on this $10 CVJ cable with the S-type. I love this cable too. Looks baller on this IM. Definitely better than the stock SPC cable with the shirt killer tie. I hate those things with a passion. And hate's a strong word. I don't like using it. Now, this one, I just come off of the other budget I did, which was the CCZ Solo DC02 with a single dynamic driver. Well, this throws in an extra balanced armature in the nozzle for $5 more, and the overall tuning is kind of like where the Solo was definitely a V, right? Bass, treble, unoffensive, fun tuning. This one's a little bit more audiophile-ish. And this one I would consider like a W. So you get bass, you get treble, and then a dip, and then more extended treble. There you go. And what happens when you throw in an extra driver, in this case a balanced armature over that single dynamic driver well, you get a bigger stage, a wider stage. But in this case, the overall tuning is even more balanced. I think it's pretty good. What happens is you get some nice bass shelf, nice glide. Here's a graph from the sub bass, and the sub bass is not hugely boosted. Thank you. Like Harman. And it's not scooped out like Harman. It's got nice lower bass and mid bass, and I like that in a tuning. Add some body and some weight to vocals, instrumental, guitar, cello I talk about this time. Really is quite nice. You got that gentle ear gain starting at 1,000 hertz, climbs up to 2,500, has a little dip, and then has a peak around almost 5K. Again, with this tuning, if you're sensitive to 5K, may not really be too much an issue. It wasn't for me because I'm sensitive in that area, because there is lots of information on the lower end side to add in some fill and get your brain pulled away from that 5K peak. And then there's some treble that's beyond that too. So I don't think that 5K is really an issue. And again, it certainly wasn't for me. Makes it an overall quite nice sounding, balanced IM with a bit of a bass boost. And that's kind of exactly how this sounded. If I were to compare it to the DCO2, the one that the $24.99, so $5 less here, you're getting better treble extension, is definitely more prominent, but in a good way, in an unoffensive way actually. It's $30, so the BA in the nozzle does lend itself for me for a little sibilance up top, a little spiciness. And BA timbre is definitely present. If you're not sure what that is, it's kind of like a metallic timbre to the sound, timbre. It does have a little bit of sibilance, but it's really not too bad. For $30 overall, a 1+1, yeah, I think it's pretty good value. If you're looking for a taste of hybrid, the RH213 Plus might be worth a look for you. But, you know, you're getting a pretty little IM for $30 that sounds pretty decent. It's amazing what you can get now for $30. Oh, I forgot to mention, maybe made in China, but it's designed in Sweden. Yeah.